Muster. It's your boy Lee T. I appreciate every individual who loves my work and I thank you to the bottom of my heart. Shout out to this person, Sojina Batachan. I thank you for loving my work. And to the rest of the guys, I also thank you for the support. And speaking of support, subscribe and click the bell icon for new content on this channel every week. If you like Smiley. And yes, let's get into the video. What if Rimuru had ghidorahs powers? Part 4. Rimuru went to the pub bar with Kajin and the Dwarven brothers to celebrate the complete success on finishing the 20 magic swords that Kajin just taken in for report. And then they had a wonderful time together. The elves were beautiful. Rimuru is blushing. Fact about Rimuru: he doesn't blush cause he is a slime. As Kajin and the brothers then talk and celebrates, the black elven girl told Rimuru about fortune telling. The same on canon. When the fortune teller invoked the magic ball, they saw Shizu and 5 children. Right after they called it at that, then they continue on. After a while the party pooper has arrived. Vesta: he is a noble that's annoying and he is rude and hate Kajin for some reason. Then Vesta spouting insults and telling Kajin about the deadline that he needs to finish the task he was assigned to do. Vesta didn't know he finished it already. And so he was talking nonsense and congratulated them for doing so. But Vesta had to find another way to insult Kajin and make him look bad. And so Rimuru is involved on the matter. Vesta pours beer on Rimuru. And Rimuru was a bit shocked. Same on canon. And so Kajin was pissed at this moment and punches Vesta in the face. Rimuru says, "Man, not on the face, he's a noble," and the brothers says so as well. Kajin then said, "I need to teach this guy a lesson." Scene: he poured booze on Rimuru. Then Kajin punches Vesta one last and painful time, and Vesta is unconscious. And Kajin says to Rimuru, "Hey Rimuru, you said you're finding skilled artisans, is that right?" Rimuru says, "How yeah, of course." Kajin says, "You think you can settle for me?" As Rimuru was thrilled with happiness and excitement. And then they got arrested because Kajin punched Vesta. Kado then says, "Honestly, what are you thinking?" Kajin says, "The Vesta got what he deserved. He poured Rimuru some booze and insulted him." Kado says, "Well, nothing personal bro, but I gotta arrest you." Kajin, the 3 brothers and Rimuru were put to jail. After the whole day they were put to trial. Same in canon. They were judged by the king, named Gazal Dwargo. And he made his verdict, and the Kajin and the 3 Dwarven brothers are banished to this land. And they made to the gate. Kado they says to Rimuru, "Hey Rimuru, take care of my brother." Rimuru then says, "Don't worry, I will only work him to death." Kado says, "As the decrees has been said, you are here but banished from this country and never set foot on this lands again. Farewell. And goodbye." And so Rimuru and Kajin and rest went to go back home to the village. As they arrived, Kajin and they started work on the houses, weapons, clothing and the rest, and celebrated on their return. In Dworgen the king, Gazal mumbled to himself, "The slime is way too powerful, its strength is on par. No beyond of that dragon Voldora. We need to watch that slime carefully." Assassin come forth to from the shadows. King Gazal says, "I want you to watch that slime's movement and what he will do. Report to me if anything happens." As the assassin nodded and leaves, the kings mumbled to himself again and said, "This slime is monster with intelligence and power. Where did he come from?" On the Emerald River, Free Union on Bloomond Guild, the guild leader named Fuse talks to the 3 people that Rimuru saw before going in the cave. Their names are Cavaleron and Jido. They talked about what are the activities on what's going on in the cave where Voldora was sealed. Pretty much they think Voldora was dead because his aura was gone, and so Fuse tells them to have a 3-day break and go back and check the Jora Forest's surroundings. And so they left the room. After that, they met Shizu, who joined their party afterwards. They went to Jora Forest to investigate the area, and monsters is active in Voldora's territory. Due to the lack of Voldora's presence, the monsters are free to roam the area and do as they please. And then that monstrous fire ants seen and chased Shizu and the 3. Suddenly Shizu stopped and fights the monsters and defeated them, only one left. And before Shizu is about to swing the sword, he suddenly collapsed or taken a knee, some sort of mild headache. And soon after, in the middle of the day, no clouds or anything, just the sun, a black lightning popped out of nowhere. And that's where Rimuru came along and greet them, and Rimuru say, "Sorry about that, are you hurt?" Shizu says, "I'm fine." Rimuru says in his mind, "Oh, I met my fated one sooner than I expected." Cavill says, "I didn't know that slimes could talk." Eren says, "Yeah, I feel the same. Why? Who are you?" Rimuru says, "Oh, I'm Rimuru, nice to meet you. And since you are all exhausted, why not come to my village?" And so Shizu and the other three went to the village and ate some food. Rimuru left them on a tent for a while, and maybe a few hours Rimuru come back to them. As he went in the tent, Regiud introduces Rimuru as the lord of this village, and Shizu and Cavalier and Jido were shocked to hear that a slime was the leader of this country. Rimuru says, "Nice to meet you. I'm not a bad slime, slurp." They have no idea, but Shizu almost laugh. Rimuru thinking about if Shizu got the joke. Anyways, as they talk about many things like what they were doing in the forest, and they need to report that guild leader about the activities on the forest. Then after a while, Rimuru convinces them that the village is cool and they won't do any harm to humans. Then 5 hours has passed and Rimuru wanted to ask Shizu something on the edge of the cliff, staring at the sunset, and just as Rimuru started asking Shizu, Shizu says, "Slime-san, that phrase you said earlier, 'I'm not a bad slime, slurp,' that was from a game, right?" She then picks up Rimuru. "I didn't actually play it, but I know it because my friend is to play it and he told me." So then they talked that they were from Japan, and Rimuru showed Shizu his memories. And so on, Shizu told Rimuru about his past life where her village was burned and due to the air raids. And in that moment, Shizu flashbacks on how she was summoned in this world. Let's skip to that where Ifrit starts controlling Shizu and turned to a spirit Ifrit form. If you don't know about Shizu flashback, I recommend you watch the anime, it's a great story. Anyways, as Shizu was out of control, Ifrit used his body and lash out to Rimuru and her friends, as Ifrit summon lesser demons to do his bidding. But Rimuru instantly destroys the demons. And as so Rimuru was aware that Cavalier and Jido are in the area. And Rimuru said, "Hey guys, get back, I will take it from here." Alerts the village to stay on guard and increase the defense. As they left, Rimuru is now free to do what he can do, and so, let's make Rimuru use 5%. And guys, trust me that how strong Rimuru could, he is 100 times stronger than Milim Nava. In canon, Milim is 10 times stronger than Rimuru. Imagine Rimuru 100 times stronger than Milim. I know, that overpowered. And yes, I like OP anime. So as Rimuru destroys Ifrit and devour Ifrit's spirit, Rimuru then splits Ifrit and Shizu. Sage says, "Answer, the individual spirit Ifrit is successfully obtained. New skills: Body Double, Spirit Enhancer, Spirit Creator, Spirit Protection, Black Flames." And as it goes, Rimuru had also analyzed Shizu condition. Sage then said, "Answer, the individual Shizu life essence is fading away, cause of it. Due to the lack of her body, the need of a vessel. Individual Ifrit, the spirit, was a catalyst for the individual Shizu. The effects of the individual Shizu without a spirit's vessel is unstable." Rimuru says, "So can I help her?" Sage says, "Yes, you can create a spirit using your ability skill Spirit Creator to give Shizu a new improved spirit. Do you wish to create spirit for the individual Shizu?" And Rimuru thinks and says, "Yes." Sage says, "Spirit successful, the individual Shizu is now stable." And then Rimuru bring unconscious Shizu to his village, wait for Shizu to wake up. And 2 days has passed, Shizu was then awaken. She then can control her powers. Shizu has a new spirit, a new version of Ifrit, obedient and respectful, unlike that time when he was before. And so Rimuru tell Ifrit to take care of Shizu and protect her at any cost. Rimuru then gave Ifrit Shizu strong enhancement of fire, and Shizu also can turn to Ifrit form whenever she likes. And so Shizu and the three was preparing to go back to report. And thanks Rimuru for everything. And Shizu she tag along with Cavalier and Jido. And then Shizu said to Rimuru, "We will meet again, Rimuru." Rimuru says, "Yes, I will see you again soon." And that's the end for this part. Thank you so much for enjoying my videos, and leave a comment down below. And have a good one. Peace.